Hello, everyone.
Hello, world.
Welcome. Yep, you know the yep.
Yup. Hello, world.
Welcome to another episode of the Coffee Room Podcast. Again, it is
My bad.
We'll change the name of the distance to the Coffee Room. Yep, podcast.
Yup,
But yeah,
podcast.
but yeah, welcome to. That's actually a good name.
We should have a section. Call it Rubbish Talk with CJ and Toby.
It will be
Where
the longest.
it will just be stupid
It will
conversation.
be the longest distance we've ever
Not
had.
not scripted. Talk about everything. Talk about why I have to pay for a babe to come and go on a date with me, and now give her TP to go back home. Talk about that.
Why some people think you have to even buy the gown she will wear.
Yes,
But anyways, that's not why we are here. Before we start,
just look forward to it. We got Rubbish Talk
Yes.
with CJ and Toby.
just rubbish.
I'm
Plain
gonna talk rubbish.
Sweet rubbish.
We'll talk
But
about
yeah. Welcome to another. When we get there, don't
when
worry.
we get there.
Welcome to another episode of Coffee Room Podcast. In this episode,
My name
we're
is
going to
CJ, in case he doesn't want to introduce himself.
Oh yes, my name is Toby. But you knew that.
But he knew that.
So yeah, in this episode, we're going to be talking about horrible bosses.
Yeah.
A couple of.
Thank you to Tech Kaba. That was a great piece.
Yes.
Yeah, Tech
yes. Yo,
They started the whole thing. They started the whole roller coaster.
That article was actually, it was not funny in any way.
Yeah, that was a very good piece. And I read that and I was like, wow.
Like, people are actually going through the most.
No, I actually had an idea of what was going on in the industry, to be honest, about the way people, like, I've had personal experiences with horrible bosses myself. So, but, see, we'll get there. It's a question we'll get there. But just think about if you're watching this or anybody.
Yes.
You guys did a great job.
Actually, I've been thinking of joining Tech Cabal for a while now. I've always imagined that to be.
They just raised $2.3 million.
Yes. So, yes, my enthusiasm was whatever the word is.
I'm not expensive, though.
Exactly.
You can even come and buy the Coffee Room Podcast. We'll just be your YouTube.
Yes, you know, join.
Call us.
Exactly. We know our handle and everything. Just send a DM.
Send a DM.
Yes.
We're fine.
Yes.
It's open.
That's if we don't DM you first.
Yeah. But yeah, so there was a piece on horrible bosses. This was in reference to Bento or Brento. I can't remember. Bento, yeah.
Bentos, yeah.
Ebu is the CEO of Bento. It was more of Ebu and Bento and his staffs.
Yes.
Different stories of how he was verbally abusive, how he would sack people without proper notice, hire people then sack them, hire people and sack them on the same day, expect people to work overtime and everything. And that's what started the whole that's what opened the can of worms. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
And that brought back the video of Ebon when
he was at the gym, shouting at someone at the gym. So to be honest, in that context, I didn't even get what was going on. But I saw that video and I was like, okay.
Put it wherever you want to put it.
I saw that video and I was like, okay, that's fine. And then this came up.
Yeah. So I think it was because of that video, it wasn't hard for people to actually believe that this is what is happening.
This was actually happening. That video was really revealing. And then this came up. So yeah, this has been so interesting. And it led to different
people.
So there was a room hosted by Kiki Mogi. I think Kiki Modi. I can't remember.
Clubhouse.
On Twitter Spaces.
Okay.
So that same day, she hosted a room with a friend. Then with Jude of Get Equity. Yeah, I'm in the tech space, so I know these names. So yeah, Jude of Get Equity. So they did a very long. It was, I think the room ended like 2 a.m. at night.
So it was up to 7 hours.
Yeah, people were just coming up and just talking about their own experience, and I got to hear different experiences, and it's just amazing what people go through. From Shim Shagaya with You Lesson. When he was at Konga and what he was in at U lesson right now, he actually came up and tried to defend himself, and that was just hilarious. I was like, bro, calm down. Resist the urge to shalaye.
Exactly. That's not the time
to shalaye. That's not the time to explain. They've mentioned it. Just go treat the problem in like another room or something else. He was not trying to force himself up into this. Not force himself, for lack of a better word, trying to force himself up into the stage and try to explain that, it's about drive. I'm a very driven person. I make sure everybody have that. Like, resist the urge to shalaye.
You can even be driven, goal oriented, and everything, and still act like a human being.
Yeah,
because
there's nothing wrong in you just giving responsibility.
Exactly. A lot of people think if they are not, how do I want to put it?
I think that Steve Jobs' context has actually ruined tech startups, because there's this rumor that Steve Jobs was this harsh guy, this very demanding boss that didn't really care much, and he was successful with Apple. So people have this ideology that if they can replicate that thing, it will make sense. But I don't think it's just not as bad as people paint it to be, one. And it was not as independent in the sense where he didn't really care about other people as people claim to be. So yeah, I think that's a very wrong notion that people actually have.
Well, I can't actually say that because I was not in that situation. So I've not worked for this thing, so I can't really say how it was and all of that. But in Lagos, where I can actually tell you that
Nigerian companies are terrible. I have to say that, like,
even especially startups.
Yeah, startups, Nigerian companies. I have stories. I have been in one. And I just feel, I think it comes as a combination of so many things. One is ageism, in the sense where because startups younger folks are the young blood in the industry. So you see, and your ogre is this older person and is thinking he has ageism, classism, he has achieved more, he's older, so he think he can just belittle you and your dreams and your abilities.
Yeah.
And the third one is we have very what's it? I'm looking for the good words for. It's not as if we don't have labor laws, but we are terrible at enforcing those laws.
At this point, that law can be non-existent.
Yeah, we have labor laws. We have NLC. I know there are labor laws, but Nigeria is just terrible at enforcing the law. If you sue your oga, if you sue your boss to court, you are most likely going to lose.
You are not even going to get to the stage of suing himself. That's the thing.
So that's why you see a lot of sexual harassment, verbal harassment, physical harassment, everything, and you report to the police. Sorry, someone came up on that space. I was like, report to the police, and we all laughed that you a joker. Like you don't know our Nigerian police.
Police that they will take money from you.
Benny, please let's just move on.
See, so if we even start talking about,
let's even talk about the police thing.
Oh God,
yeah.
So see, I think another thing is the fact that a lot of these horrible bosses. I'm backing on the fact that the employment rate in Nigeria is really high.
Yeah, 4 things. That's the 4 things I intend to mention. Yeah,
really high.
Because so they feel like they are doing you a favor.
Exactly. They're like, you need them more than they actually need you, which is actually wrong. Because in a lot of cases, when people have actually thought of resigning because of the whole terrible work environment, we've seen cases that the boss come back begging them because they know that they actually need them. Yeah. But the fact that they are paying your salary and all of that, they think they can treat you any way they want. And
that reminds me, there was a screenshot of this Ebon guy coming back to beg to ask his staff that, do you want the job back? Like, and he said, he told him the price, that this is the price. I'm not going to talk about this so much. Whatever. Dad said, no, keep your key. Like, that's just bloody disrespectful.
No, there are lots
I'm going to use my one F word. That's just fucking disrespectful. I have just one F word per video. No, that's just fucking disrespectful. That was bullshit. I don't care who you are. I don't care the kind of money you have. You can't treat me that way and expect me to come back and so if it's not swallow your pride well. You want to use it and swallow your pride, but you're not trying to see what the price. Swallow the pride well.
You're not called one amount in.
Yeah, say this will give you 3 months. If you don't stress me, I'll make it to 1 million. I'm like, oh God, the audacity.
Are we too stressed?
It's the audacity for me.
No, I think my own experience, it's mostly with one-man businesses, and I think that is also.
But every business starts as a one-man business before it grows into this broad thing. And that's the problem with startup is that startup by default starts with one man. Before you start raising money, start having a bigger board and bigger people coming in to actually.
But if if a startup is already terrible at their early stages, what's the chance of them actually being better?
That's a good point. That's a very good point.
It's the way you start that you're most likely going to continue. And if the horrible boss gets the funding or something, you would think
the money will not change him.
Exactly.
Money might even make him worse. Exactly. Rather, sorry.
You would think that's him being that way is what got him.
He's what got him, yeah.
So he's going to even get worse, thinking he's going to get better and everything. It's really terrible in Lagos, in Nigeria.
I think horrible bosses is not particular to Nigeria. The only problem is that we don't have laws to actually stop things like that. In America, things like this happen in America, definitely. But once you report, action is taken.
Exactly.
Like action is taken. But in Nigeria, who do you report to? There's nobody to help.
When the person that you even want to report to is trying to extort you.
He's trying to extort you. They are going to meet the police to report about your boss and they're asking you about to drop money for statements.
Exactly.
So you get that. You guys get the issue.
Police is your friend.
And the rubbish police is your friend. So you guys are see where the problem is. So I don't think it's a Nigerian thing. It's not an African thing. It's everywhere. It happens everywhere. The Me Too movement in America is because of how bosses treat their female staff. So it's everywhere. But the only difference is that in America you can report, you can carry out, you can take actions, you can sue. In Nigeria you can't sue, You can't report. You can't do anything. The only thing you can do is resign. And even the resignation self, you resign and go back to your poverty.
Exactly.
Because there's no job outside. So it's a mixture of a lot of ulabalus, and
I think that's why a lot of people actually stay in toxic.
There has people remain.
Yeah,
that's the reason why people remain.
They think
it's not as if they don't know it's wrong.
Job.
Problem is that what's the option? What's the alternative?
Yes, and it's Nigeria. It's really that's why you see a lot of people are searching more for remote jobs,
international jobs,
because now it's way better.
Like it's terrible, man.
Even while you don't have if you're working remotely, and even though you don't have an office and you don't even see your colleagues every day, you still prefer it. You still prefer that working environment to actually being in an office.
In an office where it's not conducive.
You can't.
The pay cannot even feed you. Inflation is going high every year. Your salary is not increasing. Two, you have to stay. See, funny thing is that you come late, you are fined. You leave late, you are not rewarded. How's that bullshit?
See,
sorry.
I've worked
I'm trying so much. It feels like I'm passionate about this topic. Yeah, but I'm actually passionate because I've been in such situation. I know people have been in such situations, so it feels like I'm so passionate. But I'll try not to cause so much.
By the time you hear stories, you will know that
you come early, there's no extra fee. You come late, they want to deter, they want to fine you. You leave. I'm trying to mix. You come in late, they fine you. You leave late, they don't reimburse you. You work on Saturdays, they don't reimburse you. And it's just really just crazy. My agreement says 9 to 5. But I'm leaving by 5. You are giving me one eye.
See, I've actually worked somewhere where we could not leave the office without telling the boss.
That's crazy.
Like on the contract, it says 8 to 5. I come earlier than 8. That's me going from the mainland to VI earlier than 8. And when I'm leaving, I still have to tell you
ask permission to leave.
The thing is, it got so bad that even when he's not in the office, we have to call him.
Oh my God.
And there sometimes it will tell us to actually wait in the office till he gets back.
Oh, my first employment in Lagos, I had that kind of boss. He would tell us to just wait in the office. He comes back. I'm like, Maka, why?
You could not do anything without it going through him. You could not actually do, and it's not like when you actually prepare something, you send it to him. It's not like he's going to go through it immediately. He's going to take his sweet time to actually go through it. And that most times is when you're about to go home. He now calls you into the office and you now start talking about this. And when I had it,
you had the whole day to do this. You didn't do jack shit.
And this it's not like
at this point, I don't even care about monetizing this video, so I'm going to curse. I'm sorry. At this point, I'm sorry. To be honest, I'm just going to curse. I don't care about it.
It's really painful if you think about it. It's really painful. And this is someone that stays on the island. He stays on the island. He has his right, definitely. And we the employees, we stay on the mainland, so we still have to try and get boss and do all the traffic and everything. And then you still tell us to.
They bloody lack empathy. They don't care about you. It's just that they're just business they care about.
I've had to take a bike. If you know how far this is from what's the name of Kofu Abayomi? That's Ozumba to somewhere in Aja. I had to take a bike to and fro just to submit a document that was not even part of my job description. So I took a bike. You know how I ate bikes. Bikes are really not safe on this thing. And that was me going to somewhere close to Aja or somewhere, taking a bike, coming back, and I'm still going to go home. And this was already 5, 6 in the evening and everything. And it's not like you actually get thank you for doing this, thank you for actually doing the or any financial whatever. It's just it's part of your job.
I was once bothered about how we startups. I own a startup and I plan to have several startups. Yeah. And I always wonder about how startups are going to survive. How would they keep talents? But if Nigerian startups is behaving like this, I don't think you ever get this. Tech job is in demand right now. I won't see a very good software developer coming to a Nigerian company. Rather, because if you hear stories like this, stories of personal experiences, I know I've told myself the moment I left my last Nigerian job, I knew I was not going to work for a Nigerian company again. Until now, I am never. And it's just what it is. I have seen the bullshit and the lack of empathy and the stupidity that get to happen in environments in Nigerian startups. And I told myself, I'm never working for a Nigerian startup again.
It's really bad.
And this is me, and I can imagine every other tech person. I have tech friends, and remember they've said that I have a friend that's never worked for Nigerian startups since left school. Because that's the thing. So I don't want to keep talent again. You're going to struggle. Like, it's just facts. You're going to struggle.
The thing is, a lot of these companies, that's why you hear that in a lot of these companies, every day,
they're looking for a role. They're looking for a position. They're always employing.
Every day, if you know someone in their HR, this thing, or their finance, whatever, ask them. They will tell you that every day someone is dropping a resignation letter. I knew someone in the financial department in one company. She said, at least, like, it's never less than 3 people dropping a resignation letter every day.
It's crazy, man.
Imagine. So like, if you're not
you're battling against better pay, American companies paying better.
Yes.
You're battling against better company culture. And to now shoot yourself in the foot, to now fuck yourself up, you're not being toxic. What do you have to offer?
The fact that you're even bringing people to the office, even you've not learned from COVID experience that you can actually work remotely, you're still bringing people to the office,
geez, man.
Facing traffic and everything. And then the working environment is still terrible.
I don't know what to say.
I've worked somewhere where they had an event. After the event, they asked for honest opinions on this thing. I've worked somewhere that place I gave an honest opinion on something, and I got a query for insubordination.
Why do you ask for honest opinion if you know you don't want the person to be honest?
My God. Like, it was not like I said something like I was attacking anybody. I was just like, the planning was. What did I even put it? I think I said the planning was just terrible, because it was honestly terrible. Nobody was willing to say it, but I did not really. At that point, I was already tired of working there. So at that point, I was like, let me just give this honest opinion. Whatever. I knew they were going to do something, but I did not know it was getting to. Apparently, they wanted to even fire me. Yeah, and that was somewhere where your opinion actually doesn't matter, to be honest, because me and someone, we actually worked on something for the whole company and everything. And when we presented it, we knew that this was what was wrong with the whole company business model and everything. And then we tried to present ideas and everything. We got shut down. Like, we didn't even want to listen. Yo, my money is still with them. They still owe me like 2 months salary. That's why I'm not even bothered about it, because they shut down. They eventually ran into the ground, the basement of the ground, and everything. It's the environment was. Everybody was coming to the office. Everybody was acting like everything was fine, but it was really terrible. It was really terrible. You could every day we come up with this meeting. The owner of the thing comes up with a meeting, comes to do inspire to aspire.
Maguire.
After the meeting is like nothing happened.
Nothing has
changed. Nothing changed and everything. So it got really tiring, and until eventually started packing up, where we will go to the office, no lights throughout. I swear down. No.
I have been in a company where they owe me salary for 3 months.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And funny thing is that it's not as if I owe you salary and I know the way to act around you and explain. Nothing. You don't even like whatever.
Mine. I worked somewhere. It was owing us. I'm on like 3 months salary, and it's still within that period. It's still traveled. Not even in between.
This one bought car. It's a new car with owing people salary. The only salary, he says he's going to Abuja. He's going for want to go and see somebody in Abuja.
This one was even out of the country for like a week.
So this is basically my story. My first job was Nigerian tech. I left that one, went to another Nigerian fintech. Both of them startups. And after those two, that's when because the first one I thought it was just notice. It was just one of. I did the second one. I saw a glimpse of it again. I was like, fuck it.
It's obvious that
I am done.
I swear.
So this my first job. It was so bad where this guy had an idea for something, right? And when you employ smart people, you expect them to be smart enough to do the work.
Yeah.
But this guy employs smart people, wanted to still dictate the work to them. So we're pushing back that, see, this idea you have, it won't work, it won't make sense, it cannot work. I'll tell you that for 6 months, this guy was dwelt on this.
Are you serious?
I don't have time to execute. It did not work. And guess how you switch the thing? Switch it back to our head.
Are you serious?
And you'd be like, but we have been saying this. Me and a friend then, my guy, so we worked this, we'll be saying this, that this cannot, like, the idea of this doesn't work. If we push back that you guys don't know what you are saying, I have seen this and I'm like, bro, no. This guy will push back, and that's one. Two, this guy was, I think he was bi. So it was both sexually harassing guys and ladies.
Serious? Mad.
So imagine telling I'm pretty good with my colleagues. I'm friendly, so people like to make friends with me. So this guy told this babe then, she was the front desk person, that, oh, I can't wait to put you on my decks and hear you scream.
What?
I'm not kidding. I'm not making this up. This is like facts.
What?
Like, he told her this. So a lady was by the door. And you know when a lady's by the door and she was talking to somebody standing by the door, and this guy will pass back behind her. This is like, it is like I said, that's why I feel like I'm passionate about this, because I have been in the total of it, in the crux of it, and it's crazy. Like, it's crazy. I have seen this guy. So a colleague of mine brought a brother to come learn something or something. This guy was already asking the guy out. Now, like, when it comes to toxic, that was crazy. That is the height of toxicity. Like I said, I have been in it, so it was so bad. I had to do a PowerPoint presentation. So then, a particular day of the week, we do like a presentation. Anybody comes up and present. I had to do a presentation to say that, okay, the presentation was why is a company a good place to work in? Like, imagine how you push me to a corner. Then if you push to that point, you have to put presentation for the whole company and start explaining what is what. Now it was that bad.
Are you serious?
That was like, and that was my first time in the labor market. Like, so I just finished NYC, and that was my first job.
My first job, it was remote, so I wasn't really in the office. I think, and I had heard stories about this thing, and I did not know that that's how it was. But apparently, they can fire you at any time. I got fired. Well, the entire department I was working in actually got fired around 7 p.m. on I've forgotten the day. It was on a weekday. I got a call from somebody in my department that they've actually fired and a friend which was the team lead, that they fired him too, and this thing. Me in my mind, I was like, hey,
you are safe.
I'm safe. Because before I knew it, about how many 30 minutes later, I got a call from someone in the office. They started telling me something, and that was it.
That was it.
That was it.
I'll give you another story about the same company. So then there was this guy that came. It was a junior colleague. It was a junior dev. He just came in then. So anyway, I think the pay was low. This guy's a terrible guy. So let me even start my own. So when I got in for my interview, the guy negotiated 60K salary with me. I told him I can't do 60K. Once I can do 100K. First job now this was way back 2016. So it was my first major job out of school. I was still like JJC. So I said 100K. He said no. I'm like, okay, I'm going. This guy had to start. He started sending messages almost like, you're not even happy. I won't do you a favor. I'm going to pay you 100K. That was red flag. But me as per dum JJC, I ignored that flag and moved in and continued. So this one, so a junior colleague came, got an offer from another company. So typically, he really wants to leave, but the company was offering better pay. So he told my boss that this company, they're offering better pay. Alpha, what do you think and everything? My boss told him, you can stay now. We increase your salary. This guy rejected that offer. 1 week after, they sacked him.
What?
No jokes. I'm not making this up. This is real life.
Yo, I will fight.
This is real life.
Nah.
Literally 1 week after, he sacked him.
I would actually fight.
And the reason was, I can't work with someone that his mind is not here, that you are thinking about leaving. I'm like, bullshit. See, bro, like I said, I'm passionate about this topic because I have been it. I have friends that have been it.
We will throw fists. No.
It was crazy.
If I reject an offer for you to come and say 1 week later, you're not saying this thing.
Like it was. Like I said, it's terrible. It was one terrible experience. My second job was not as bad as the first. My biggest problem was they didn't respect my time. There was in nights, morning, they'll call me. Yeah, call me anytime. Saturday they'll call me. They'll be messaging me. I'm like, bro, respect my time. I gave my WhatsApp number, not for you to harass me. Well, my WhatsApp is my personal space.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something my girlfriend did. Like, see, let's not get mushy on the call. Something she did was she came over to visit. She's not based in Nigeria, so she's based in Kenya. So she came over in Nigeria to visit. And while she was here, started messaging her on WhatsApp. She was actually on leave. Started messaging her. What she did, she just blocked all of them.
Are you serious?
She said, my WhatsApp is my personal space. Don't come out. If you want to if you want to talk to me, send me a mail. Office space. I'll reply your mail. She blocked the person, and she was good. I'm quality. So you get, so I had that experience where they didn't respect the WhatsApp, to message you, call you anytime a day, and you sometimes you're quite come on Saturday, and you come late, they'll give you an eye. You are leaving early, they'll give you an eye. Pick one.
Hey, my God.
Then I just knew that I am done with
that
this.
was when you just.
I knew that
when you in the.
It was my first step, because the first. So funny thing, I have not stayed up to 1 year in any job in Nigeria.
Yeah, I think.
My friends talk about that. They call me a job prostitute. I can't take bullshit. Once I sense bullshit, I'm out. I'm very straightforward like that. So I might be speaking from a place of privilege, because my role is something that was in demand then, so I could usually switch. But I understand others where their role is not that in demand and they have to stay because I have to get something else. I have changed jobs so much that I've stayed in a company for 5 months. I just did first month, second month, third month. I was done with probation, did 2 months, and I resigned. I'm sorry, my threshold for bullshit is low, man. It's not high. So once I see something, the first one, I was out in 8 months. After I tried. It was my first job, so I needed that courage to leave. Yeah. So I stayed for 8-9 months because when he was not there, I left. Second one, I saw the bullshit. 5 months, I was out. The third one, see, bro. So like I said, I will admit, I'm speaking from a point of privilege because I could switch. So I really understand people that can't switch and they have to be in that place and endure the toxicity and just stay. And because they have a family member to take care of, a mother to take care of, a father to take care of, a bill to pay. And my heart goes out to those kind of people. My heart goes out to you guys because you are the soldier. I can't be as brave as you are. You are the brave person, you are the courageous person. Me, I'm not that courageous.
You run.
You can stay, endure that just because of your responsibility you have back home. I respect you.
And the thing is, if you quit your job, a lot of people, a lot of Nigerians will be like, you should have stayed. Well, it's not surprising where we have people still telling ladies to stay in abusive relationships. So if they can tell you that when somebody
Nigerians, we are so used to suffering.
We glamorize
it. We romanticize it.
They feel, I think a lot of Nigerians feel like if you've not suffered, you've not gone through life. You can't succeed.
So I think it's a thing with older generation.
Yeah.
See, Gen Z, you people are my champion.
Yo,
Gen Z,
I love you guys.
I love you. These baby boomers, the Gen X baby boomers people, they are just the worst. They always stay. You stay now. Yeah. I'm like,
think of the future.
Yeah. I'm like, you glamorize that suffering that you have to work hard and suffer to scale up and
see.
And
that's why that's that phrase where don't burn bridges or something.
Please,
people
burn bridges. People don't say.
Benny,
Joe, when I left my first job, I didn't burn the bridge. I burned the bridge. And rolled the ashes into this and smoked it. I made sure there was no ash again. See, I didn't care. I burned
everything.
That is not the kind of bridge I want to keep.
Blow up the bridge.
That's not the kind of bridge I want to keep. So
So there was one of my jobs. There was one time I knew that I got into the heights because I was inside. I got off work. I was inside BRT, and I just opened my mail. I started composing my resignation letter. Out of nowhere, it had already got
the frustration.
I was already tired, and I had not. I think it was at that point. It was just one job that even somebody told me about, and I just applied to it.
Oh my God!
I did not even have a backup plan or anything. I was in the BRT. I was just sitting down. I just carried my phone. But it's sue me, man. And that was a Friday. I sent it that night.
Fun fact, every time I start the job, I pay my resignation letter. I leave it blank.
I think you've said that.
I've told you before, yeah. Every time I start the job, I prepare my resignation letter. I leave the signature blank. It's signed. I just leave the date blank. Every time, it's like a ritual. My first job, after my first job, I started my second job. So as I was resuming that day, I already prepared resignation. Just left the date blank, signed on everything. The moment you just, like I said, I have very low threshold. I have a very low. Once you just do rubbish, My friends know me, like my guys know me for this one. Like once you do rubbish, like I said, it's a privilege, and I admit it. It's a privilege I know that I have, and I used to use the privilege well.
It's true.
Prepare the
Use it
resignation.
well, please.
Sign it. Just keep the date blank. Once the rubbish has started,
just put the dates
and
just send it.
Like there's no time to waste. So I think Nigerian companies need to do better.
They actually Nigerian bosses, Nigerian companies, and I think even if a multinational company comes to Nigeria and they say, oh, let's start paying or let's start treating these our employees in Nigeria the way we are doing this, I feel like the Nigerian executives actually try to play down how important the employees in Nigeria are actually. So they now recommend like lower pay and all of that. So it's not like the owners of the company, of the multinational companies, don't want to actually pay you what they're paying other people. But the executives have already put something.
Yeah, they put in their head that it's cheap labor.
So I think it's Nigerians in the whole as a whole, they need to do better. We need to do better because we need to treat people better. Because you are in a position that is higher than this thing. It doesn't mean you should treat other people, your subordinates or other people below you, like shit and do rubbish. Because we see it starts from WhatsApp group, a WhatsApp admin. That you will not be able to say anything and the admin has already removed you. It starts from there. So it actually starts from WhatsApp group, because I've seen it in many this thing. You just talk one small this thing and the WhatsApp admin has already removed you from the group. So it actually starts from there. So imagine somebody like that being a boss, owner of a company. You can't give your own opinion about something now. Mm-hmm. So once they'll just give you later and everything. So we actually need to do better. We know that unemployment is high, but it doesn't mean you should treat people like they are not worth anything. Yeah. Because without them, you obviously don't have a company.
Definitely.
You cannot have a company. Definitely. And if your employees are not happy, there's no way your company will grow. There's no how.
Unhappy employees, unhappy companies.
See, I swear, because there are lots of companies where the owner doesn't even have an idea of what his employees are doing. Like the skill that they have, he doesn't have this thing, and that is fine, because you can't have all the skills your employees have. You owning a business, it doesn't mean you have to, like, if you own a tech company,
everybody.
You don't need to be a graphic designer. You don't need to be a UI UX this thing to actually own a tech company. That's why you have employees. So give them that space to.
You employ smart people for a reason, so they can do the work smartly.
Exactly.
So why you employ a smart person and not want to frustrate his life? So I definitely have to give props. So now I'm not going to come here and say it's all Nigerian companies. I know they are pretty good ones, so I'm not going. So nice. I'm sorry, please. If you're coming to Nigeria to look for a job, don't feel bad about what I'm saying. It's not Nigerian companies. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they're actually
they're good ones.
Really nice.
People actually give very good props to Paystack. Yeah, I'm going to call names this one. Paystack.
Yeah,
people actually like the employees. I don't think I've had anybody complain about Paystack. Employee, client, anybody.
I don't think they
the culture is amazing. So I have to give props to Paystack. I have to give props to Softcom too. Yeah, I've heard good things about Softcom as well.
About them, so
I don't know if there's anything wrong. I'm sorry, but it's just what I've heard so far. Yeah, I've heard like pretty good things about Softcom. So yeah, so I think those are the two I think I've heard of generally on Twitter and anywhere else. So I have to give props to just two.
Really,
I have to give props to Solab, my friend's company. And it's not because he's my friend, to be honest. I've actually been there and I've seen that things are done. So there's no sentiment here. So yeah, like it's just as we have the bad ones, we have the good ones, and I have to praise the good ones. And especially Paystack, I've heard so many amazing news about Paystack, and I'll blow their own for them. Yes.
But the thing is, the bad ones are
the bad ones always tend to please, I'm sorry, bad news travel fast. Who cares about the good news?
True.
Bad news travel fast, and that's just the fact. Nobody cares about the good news. So yeah, it's like now.
If you work in a toxic environment, I know this might not sound sensible, but please run. Leave.
When you start hearing, we are family. Life.
If they say
we are family. This is a family. It's more than business. Run for your life.
Run.
2, they do money devotion. Run for your life. When you start saying every Monday morning we do morning prayers, run for your life.
Because even the ones that form Christian, actually most of them
they are the worst. So many they are the worst.
Because others are performing. You have to be religious. You have to pray, morning devotion. This one down. They'll be doing fasting in office. It can't be me, Sha.
Me join you and do fasting in the office. Me, Osaje, CJ, me devotion. Join you. Even regular meetings. Then my first job, if you miss money, meetings on Monday, you are fined 10K or 5K.
What?
I didn't even care about my salary at some point because my salary was useless. At the point, I was deliberately just missing it because there was no point. I didn't care about the money because there was no happiness, there was no joy, satisfaction. So I was deliberately just missing meetings. I didn't even care.
See.
Sometimes I remember one day I got in early. I just went out. I went to one place to go and chill until the meeting was done. I didn't care about the money. Like I said, I have a very low threshold for bullshit. So I didn't care about the money. Like I'm like, what the fuck?
See, it's going to be hard to leave, but it will be better in the long run. You're going to thank
if
yourself.
you have that, if your responsibility keeps you there, I respect you.
Yeah,
that is just bravery. But if you know you can leave, Edge, just run. There's no point.
You need to take care of yourself.
Take care of yourself. Your mental health is important, man.
Exactly.
Your mental health is important
really, because you won't be able to find. The thing is, a lot of toxic places have damaged people so much that they don't think. In the next place they work, they don't actually enjoy it.
They don't enjoy it. Like, and it's not because the company is bad. It's just that it's just like when you have a lot of baggages, even when it comes to even relationship, when the guy or the girl have a lot of baggages and it comes to this relationship, no matter how good the partner is, but because of the odds and the scars and the baggage of the past, it just overshadows the happiness of today. So please, if you can leave to save your mental health, save your future relationship with an employer or your colleagues, please just leave.
It will even affect your relationship with people.
With people generally.
If you're always stressed,
yeah.
Then
anybody you go shout, you go scream, you go lamba anybody.
Imagine living in Lagos where you sit down in.
You are frustrated on the road. You are frustrated on traffic. Police will frustrate you. Last man will frustrate you. Now get to the office. Your church will frustrate you. Mosques will frustrate you. You not get to the office and be frustrated.
You even get home, no light.
No light. See, you run for your life, man. Like, run for your life. See,
sometimes because you spend more time, a lot of people spend a lot more time in the office than in their house.
Yeah, true.
So
you spend 8 hours a day in the office for 5 days. That's 40 hours.
Exactly.
Compare that to how many hours you spend at home, not just at home, awake. Remove sleeping hours.
Exactly.
Remove sleeping hours. Just awake. You spend more time in the office than your house. And if your office is not
it's going to affect you in every aspect. I swear. Forget the money because I think it's evident with a lot of bankers. A lot of bankers don't have a life outside work. That's why you see a lot of them marrying each other. A banker will marry the banker that is maybe
the person I see every day.
Exactly.
The person I see every day. Who else do I see? If it's not in the office, it's Saturday wedding or event, then Sunday church, back to the house, resume office on Monday. When you want to meet people.
So if you
let me segue. That's why we're building the dating app called Vibe. Vibe is a dating app where you can meet cool and interesting people. That's a good way to actually segue.
True.
That's why business app called Vibe.
Yeah.
For professionals, you don't have time to actually meet people. And I know this is terrible because I'm just taking advantage of the situation. But fuck it, who cares? I am selling my market.
You're always with your phone, so
so why not? So Vibe just using your phone,
just text and
we have something prepared for you guys for this year. Look forward to it. Vibe.Africa.
If I don't miss my wife,
this is just bad. This is just I just abused my privilege. This is fucking bad, man. I just abused my privilege. I'm really sorry, guys. Apologies. He just said that, and that was a good segue. but yeah, that's.
If you can leave a toxic environment,
leave, man.
Working environment,
leave. And if you know your responsibility to make you leave, I understand.
Yeah.
And you are the main man, you're the main woman. I respect that a whole lot.
But I respect that. Every other aspect of your life, so if it's a toxic environment,
it's not just even work. It's not even just office. Yeah. So funny, leave for office, friendship, relationship, churchship, mockship, all the ship, religion ship. Get the fuck out.
If it's toxic,
get the fuck out.
To be honest, that's the easiest way to put it. It might be easy to say.
Easy to say, to be honest, but please.
But if you can't do it, please do it.
If you can do it, just get out. It's not worth it.
And everyone around
it's not worth it. Save your mental health. Save yourself. Even family is safe.
Exactly.
See, there are some evil parents. Me, I've seen it. They give it to you, but they're evil. So run for your life. Sometimes it's better for you to be disowned than be in the house. I know this is a place of privilege. I'm sorry, but I'm being honest. Like I have read stories. I know people with stories. Like I am very like one thing I mean is that I like to learn from people's mistakes rather than learn from mine. Right. Someone has gone through it. Why not learn and just do better? So everywhere I go, school, places, and everything, I like to hear stories of people and everything so I can learn. So I've heard stories. This is like I said, this is a personal topic. This topic is really personal. It's personal because I've heard stories. So please Sometimes it's just better for you to be alone than be in a relationship.
Exactly, yes.
Sometimes it's better for you to be
being single never
for them
kills
to
you.
disown you than to live with your parents. Sometimes it's better for you to be jobless and have peace of mind than staying at a particular
Because
job.
even by the time you consider it, the salary itself is not.
Salary itself, you spend it on the road, you spend it on transport. You never have much to actually take care of yourself.
You're basically working for the downfall driver or BRT driver, or you are working for your landlord. So
why?
Better to just stay. Day your day.
This is it. Anyways, thank you guys for joining this episode. I know this is not the usual hyped, upbeat episode, but this was a very sensitive topic we decided to actually talk about because I feel something that is really personal and it's something that is close to home. It's something we've all experienced and people have experienced. Personally, I have terrible experience. He has. My sister, she has given me stories, my friends, everybody. Like, it's something that is... My mom has been at a place for over 30 years and please see Indian companies in Nigeria.
Yo, that's
all those foreign companies in Nigeria. See, if you continue, we'll not end this episode.
Freelancers will actually tell you about Indians.
I come back to say this. Nigeria, the lack of labor law enforcement in this country is why all these things are happening. And I think I blame the government. I blame Nigeria. I blame our police. I blame our enforcers. Completely. I put 100% of the blame on them. Humans are inherently okay. That's not that controversial. Humans do evil things. Humans are bad. Either gender, man, woman, anything. People can be evil. That's normal. That's human nature. But that's the reason why we have the government enforcers to enforce this. Like I said, this thing is not particular to Nigeria. It's not particular to Africa. It's everywhere in the world. But the only difference is that they have laws over there that protect people against this. Employees. And the reason why it's so rampant here and feels as if we're giving employers with this attitude the leeway is because there are no laws to be enforced to protect employees. And that's the problem. So I will always bring this back to government because there are no laws. We need to do better as a country when regarding to enforcing laws. Not easy to do better as a people because, like I said, humans are fucked. It's not my thing. People are evil. It's everywhere. It's not particular to Nigeria. It's not particular to man. It's not particular to woman. I've heard stories of terrible female bosses. This lady from Prosper, she was dragged now on the space. This lady from Prosper, that she's just a terrible and she's a woman. She's not a gender thing. It's not a gender thing. It's not a Nigerian thing.
Remember those couple now, the bald-headed couple?
So it's not a gender thing. It's not a race thing. It's everywhere. Humans are inherently evil. We are fucked like that. So we do evil thing. But that's why we have laws. We have laws to protect. And because in Nigeria there are no laws. Rather, there are laws, but nobody's enforcing it.
Law itself is working against you. To be honest.
So please, first and foremost, if you can leave the company, leave. If you can jackpot, that's the Nigerian dream. That Nigerian dream is to leave Nigeria.
As in,
that's Nigerian dream is to leave Nigeria. So you can jackpot because nobody's yet to protect you. No law is yet to protect you. So it's beyond the company. There's no law. So if you can jackpot.
Like, forget that you're starting a new life. At least you're starting
go to London
and
you cry inside
place.
Hospital that works, road that works, light that works, at least.
A system that works.
You pay your tax and you know your tax is working for you.
I pay tax.
In Nigeria, we pay tax and we're not seeing the effects. Anyways.
But yes,
thank you guys for joining us. Feel free to join conversation in the comments, like, share, subscribe. Yeah. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers.
We are going to do a giveaway.
We're at 91. We want to get to 100. And after 100, we can look forward to the future. But right now, 100 is our level trying to reach. We're just 9 people away from 100. Help us make it. Help us. Let us get to 100. Help my influencer. Please.
From him.
Help me.
Give away from him. Because it's him the sponsor.
Ignore this boy. So please, let's get to 100.
Yeah.
Let's get to 1,000.
Let's get to 100.
Yeah.
Hashtag
help us get to 100. See you guys in the next episode.
All right. Peace.
Peace.
Bye.